Lati goes to sleep, Vishwashruk Brahmā. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swamy Prabhupada. Translation: outside of the three planetary systems, Svarga, Martya and Pātāla, the four yugas multiplied by 1000 comprise one day on the planet of Brahmā. A similar period comprises a night of Brahmā in which the creator of the universe goes to sleep. Please repeat. Outside of the three planetary systems, Svarga, Martya and Pātāla, the four yugas multiplied by 1000 comprise one day on the planet of Brahmā. A similar period comprises a night of Brahmā in which the creator of the universe goes to sleep. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. When Brahmā goes to sleep in his night time, the three planetary systems below Brahmaloka are all submerged in the water of devastation. In his sleeping condition, Brahmā dreams about the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and takes instructions from the Lord for the rehabilitation of the devastated area of space. The Sanstha Bhaktivedanta Parpoto Madhyana Timiran Dasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Vishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine, showing how one can create in this world. He is creating by depending on Vishnu. Here we can see in the he dreams about Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and takes instructions from the Lord. So he has a day and night, and when he goes to sleep, the planets below are submerged in the devastating water. And so when he wakes up, he has a certain work to do. Again he has to rehabilitate the spaces below his planet. So Lord Brahma, he is not free from daily work. When he sleeps, something goes wrong, there is a devastating water, and then he gets up again, he has a lot of work to do. And then how rehabilitate those spaces below? He takes instructions from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. It's not that every devastation, every night is all the same. No. He meets direction every time. So that's why the living entities tries to choose their own duties. They create their own duties. Then they have to be answerable to their actions. So this is an important point, that we do our duties as assigned by the Lord or by the spiritual master. Generally, these duties are as assigned by the Lord as part of the Varnashrama. Previously, everybody used to do only these duties. The duties connected to Varna and Ashrama. But slowly, the Varnashrama has gone out of sight people created their own duties. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, he gives chance to even those who created their own duties. He says, whatever may be the duty that you do, yat karoshi, yat ashnasi, whatever you do it as an offering to me. So that means, even if apparently we are doing something which is not directed by the Vedas, even in such duties, we can still be connected to Krishna. But it doesn't mean that one assumes whatever duty by him, it has to be in line at least with the material morality. One cannot be a big terrorist and think that he is satisfying the Lord. Or one cannot say, for my living I am stealing and I am killing people. At least they should be abiding by some material authority and then execute his duties. But ultimately, the goal is to get connected to Krishna. This is the goal. Without that, our duties will only become burden to us. Simply, they become source of trouble. So here, Brahma, of course, is directly executing the duties as ordained by Krishna, Vishnu. In our movement, we go by the duties as assigned by the spiritual master or by his system. Every week we see some duties are being put up on the notice board. Prabhupada explains in one purport that devotee should think that these duties are assigned to me by Krishna. Krishna is closely involved in the life of devotees. So this duty has come to me by the will of Krishna. So like that, a devotee accepts these services as life and soul. He gives his 100% to it and then ensures that Guru and Krishna are satisfied. So here Brahma, although he is referred to as Vishvashruk, he knows that he is actually not an independent creator. So much of background work was done by Krishna and his expansions. Those three Vishnus, Vishnu Trini Rupani, these three Vishnus are responsible for this entire material creation. So much work has been done by Vishnu. And within that there is one small universe. In fact, our universe is the smallest. And then in that universe, Brahma is doing his duty of a creator, but he is only called a secondary creator. And we are all, after secondary creation, there is third, fourth, fifth, so many creation, and then we are doing some creation now. So one has to see a complete picture. Whenever we do creation, whenever we do maintenance work, or even we destroy, we should know that we cannot do all these things independently. There's a lot of systems are already been built from Krishna. And in our organization, so much has been built by Srila Prabhupada. Today we are all sitting here because Prabhupada has built this movement. After his creation, we will be able to create something. And that too as per his wish and as per Krishna's blessing. So one has to see the complete picture, otherwise one thinks that he is the doer, he is the creator. And then a kind of a false pride develops that I can do and I'm a powerful person. All these things. So when we see our creation independent of Krishna, then that's called Maya. One should see, no, I am part of, in the overall scheme of Krishna, I am just a tiny Shudra Jiva, a tiny insect trying to do something. This is, one has to feel smallness in front of the overall scheme of Krishna and the Supreme Lord. Brahma is, he knows that, and then you can see even in his daily work, he is completely dependent on Vishnu. And interesting to see, even although he is Vishwashruk, creator of the entire universe, still he has to go to sleep. Yan Nimilati Vishwashruk, still he has to go to sleep. Everybody will have these three states: sleeping, dreaming, and wakeful stage. Now currently we are in wakeful stage, hopefully, and then in the night we go to sleep, and then during sleep everybody dreams. And of course our dreams will be different. A conditioned soul's dreams are completely different, sometimes horrible. People get panic attacks, horrible dreams, and then as soon as they get up, they have to be admitted in some psychiatric hospitals. That's the kind of dreams they get. But here, Lord Brahma is an exalted personality. He is a pure devotee, and he directly receives instructions from Garbhodasai Vishnu in the sleeping condition, the dreaming condition. For Krishna, this sleep, dream, wakeful states are not there. He doesn't have to go through any of these states. This is a disease of the conditioned state. Even a pure devotee is free from these states. For him, every time, 24 hours, is service of the Lord. He is thinking about the Lord. So for him there is no such differentiation. Now I am sleeping, now I am wakeful, or now I am dreaming. In every stage he is thinking of Krishna. But we are not like that. We are all dependent on this body, identifying with this body. And as soon as we identify with this body, then immediately time control comes, time's influence comes, and then everybody, we have to go through these three states. Actually, these three states also is a good preaching tool to prove that we are actually spirit souls. There are many arguments are there to prove that we are not this body but spirit soul. Krishna himself gives the example of how the body is changing in this life, from boyhood to youth, and from youthfulness to old age. Despite these changes, there is an unchanging identity, and that is called the spirit soul. So similarly, these three states, we can remember that, I had a deep sleep. We can remember that I have dreams. Now who is remembering? Dream stage is over, deep sleep is over, but you went through all that. That person who recognizes all this is the spirit soul. Otherwise, when you are deep sleep, that's it. If you are the body, you are in completely deep sleep, and then after you wake up, you are in dream. You cannot remember anything past. But then, when we get up in the morning, we know today I had a good sleep. Otherwise, we'll know that my sleep is disturbed. See, you are able to see. That awareness is coming from a personality called spirit soul. Soul is a personality. It is not some kanti or light or some power. Soul is a person. And so, that person is able to understand the various states the body and mind is going through. So that itself is a proof. So Brahma, he receives instructions from Vishnu in the dream state. In the conditioned state, sometimes devotees will see the Lord's form, they will see Guru's form, and sometimes even Guru also instruct. But because we are not yet perfect in our consciousness, it is always good to consult the authorities before you take those instructions in the dream seriously, and then see that those instructions that I received are in line with the Guru's instruction. Some people in ISKCON, they say, Prabhupada has appeared in my dream and he told me to become a Diksha Guru. Now this instruction has to match with Prabhupada's written final order, final instruction on this subject. Acharya's final instruction, which is already available, is available in writing. That is the Acharya's final verdict on the subject. There could be many quotes, there could be many instructions, there could be many assurances of Prabhupada in this subject of becoming Guru or making his disciples as Gurus, but ultimately his final judgment on this subject is that July 9th order. He says, yes, I am appointing these 11 people as Ritviks, and then whoever gets initiated is a disciple of His divine grace. And if somebody got a dream which is contradicting this July 9th, then he has to keep aside this dream. He should not think that, oh, now Prabhupada personally came and told me to become. So these things are, doesn't, will not be accepted. And sometimes mind can cheat. Think that I got order, I got some special instructions in the dreams. So don't rely too much on dreams. And instructions of Prabhupada is very clear in his books and in his letter. All that you need is an open mind to understand what is the truth. So here Lord Brahma is not that he is only day and night is the only activity of his life, or as soon as morning he gets up, again repair the whole thing that is damaged in the night. No, he also participates in the Lord's Leelas. In one day of Brahma, Krishna comes once to this planet, and Brahma also participates in the Leelas of the Lord. The demigods are all busy all day. There is a famous pastime in Srimad Bhagavatam which is known as Brahma Vimohana Leela. When Krishna kills Aghasura, delivers Aghasura, Brahma gets bewildered. He thinks, who is this small boy who killed Aghasura? Is he the same Lord? Is he my same Lord? But he is looking like a small boy, so Brahma wants to test Krishna's power. So this is Vimohana. This is Lord's Leela Shakti, which puts Brahma into that kind of a condition. Actually, the concept of God means He must be very great, very big, very, very big and powerful, great like that. And if you show a small cowherd boy holding butter and little flute and that one bugle and one stick and all that, and you say he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, sometimes it is not easy. In one sense, Brahma also got that bewilderment. Said, oh, he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Of course, that is Leela Shakti. So he steals Krishna's associates, his cowherd boy friends, and then the cows and cows. Basically, except Krishna, he takes away all those associates. Actually, Shukadeva Goswami says he could not take away the associates. Maya Arbakaha. He has taken away these cowherd boys and cows created by Krishna's Maya. Like Ravan, he took away a different Sita, Maya Sita. So anyway, it is said in Bhagavatam that Tavad yatyatmabhu atmamanena truti anehasa purovad abdham kridantam. Now, Brahma atmamanena, according to his own time, truti anehasa, he took just one truti's time. In the previous verses we have seen, truti means, it's a very small, it is said that 3 trasarenu, remember? So all these dimensions you can see, when you understand these verses, you appreciate Krishna's pastimes even nicely. So Brahma atmamanena truti anehasa, he has just taken a moment's time. Actually truti is a very small fraction. Quickly he has done his job and then he has come back, Brahma has come back. Prabhupada explains in the purport that Brahma is actually in anxiety. He knows that he is playing with fire, his own master. So he didn't take much time, he comes back quickly. And then Purovad Abdham, it is, Abdham means for 1 year. According to our time, it is 1 year. So you can see Krishna's pastimes becomes even more relishable, even more clear when you understand that Brahma lives in a different plane. For him, 1 year or 1 truti is different, 1 moment is different, and whereas for us, Brahma's that truti time is 1 year for us. So that's what he mentioned here. Purovad abdham kridantam. But Purovad means, as usual, that last 1 year, the kridantam, the pastimes of the Lord are going on. So here is the question. Brahma is thinking, I have taken away all Krishna's cowherd boys, cows and calves, and then how is it that is still kridantam, the Lord is able to enjoy that too for 1 year? If it was some time, you can somehow manage. 1 year is a long period, and the whole Vrindavan will be on, it's a big incident. Everybody is missing. All boys, cows. It's like there's no more Vrindavan. Everything is gone. It's such a big calamity. But then when he comes back, Dadrushe Sakalam Harim, he saw the Hari, Supreme Lord, Sakalam, along with his expansions, Dadrushe. So we know Krishna, in order to bewilder Brahma and also to enhance the pleasure in Vrindavan, he himself expands as so many of cowherd boys and cows. It is mentioned that he expands in such a way, that he exactly matches the characteristics of those boys. Somebody is a different color body, different size, and different characteristics, behavior is different, and Krishna exactly matches all of that, and then they all go back to their houses, and parents think that he is my son. But unusually, their affection for their children and for cows and calves goes on increasing day by day, the way it increases for Krishna directly. So this is the wonderful pastime, Brahma. And once Brahma, he realizes his mistake, he surrenders to Krishna, and then he offers those famous prayers, Brahma Samhita, Brahmastava. And so there he glorifies Krishna's position. Brahma Samhita, he plays a very important role in our sampradaya. Ours is a Brahma Sampradaya. It plays a very important role. Particularly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has recommended. He has given this Samhita and then he recommended this wonderful book. Prabhupada has said that everybody should read Brahma Samhita scrutinizingly. It is given by his, the purports are given by his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And although the purports appears to be sometimes little difficult to understand, Prabhupada said you read again and again and then you get so much clarity about our parampara's standing. Krishna or Govindam Adipurusham is been proved there in the Brahma Samhita prayer. So Lord Brahma, exalted devotee, by his mercy, we will, will be able to understand this Brahma Samhita. And as I mentioned, this karma, the duties, nobody is free from this karma bandhana. That's what Brahma says, Yasvindra Gopam Atavendra Mahosva Karma Bandha, Karma Bandha. So devotees have to be careful to adhere to the instructions of the spiritual master, the duties that he gave it to us so kindly, so that we can be free from this karma bandhana. We stop here. Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
హరే టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణవాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణవాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్ చేయండి 9133